but says MMA in particular, you see the teamwork, you see the support they have from their fellow fighters, from their coaches. So you know we can expect a great fight out of Matthew Lee. So I did get a chance to talk to him, by the way. One thing he mentioned to me, growing up, he always wanted to try martial arts, but he couldn't afford it. So he started later in life, but he loves the sport. He's a true fan. He said the strongest part of his game is his ground game. Another thing, I love to always ask, hey, who's your favorite UFC fighter? He said Diego Lopez. He said, I love the way he can blend everything together. And I always find that when somebody has a favorite fighter, it speaks about. So I'm going to imagine that we're going to see something in Matthew Lee where he's able to blend effectively as well. That's just a guess, but that's what I think.
Yeah, no question. When you talk about guys like Diego Lopez, man, that fight he had with Volkanovski, showing the heart, showing the toughness. I mean, essentially walking one of the best featherweights in the history of the sport down with his hands down. And if Matthew Lee can take anything from that and just show a tenth of that toughness, a tenth of that durability, or even a hundredth of that durability, he could be something special.
Justin, we have somebody fighting tonight in the UFC, Carlos Prates, who's a guy who fights a lot with his hands down. I've heard other fighters say that one of the advantages of keeping your hands down is your opponent can't really see when those shots are coming. They're caught off guard. Do you agree with that, or do you still feel like there's a greater advantage to keeping your hands up just for self-defense purposes?
I tell you what, I think it's fighter to fighter, because personally I cannot fight with my hands down. I have little midget arms. I can't be firing from hips, but there's a guy at our gym, there's a bunch of them, but one particular, Zach Jusola, he fights with his hands down, he fights loose, and it's so hard to hit this guy, and it's so frustrating. But so to answer your question, I think it's person to person.
That's what makes the sport so interesting and exciting. It's truly an art. All right, this is the guy I talked about during the Open.
Well, here we go with no further ado. Guy you're really excited about, Zahid Magomedov, the Dagestan Lion. 5'9", 19 years of age, coming into the fight today. 0-1 out of SBG Kalispell. That's Kalispell, Montana. Now, I know you got a lot of hype behind this guy. He's young, has incredible wrestling background. I know you talked to him a bunch too, so let's hear about his background.
He's young, he's hungry, he's dialed in. He's from Dagestan. It's almost a mythical land, a mythical place at this point in terms of mixed martial arts. In the UFC in particular, we have so many incredible champs from Dagestan, so it gets me and other fight fans excited for sure.
Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. This is a bantamweight bout. We have Matthew coming in at 26 of age, Zahid 19. Matthew giving up 4 inches of height at 5'5", Zahid 5'9". This is Matthew's debut. Zahid coming to this fight, 0 wins and 1 loss. Colorado Springs versus Kalispell, Montana. Let's get this fight started.
One thing about Zahid, it was the first time I was commentating for Fusion Fight League. That was back in June of 2024, and that's when I saw this young man. His technique and the way he puts everything together was phenomenal, but he just couldn't put it together for that first fight. I think he was too nervous, and he talked to me about that in our interview. So I'm looking forward to seeing a much more refined, polished fighter this time.
Bout number 5 is a bantamweight MMA fight made up of 3 3-minute rounds and is brought to you by Lionheart Cannabis and Stone's Maytag Home Appliance. Our fighter out of the blue corner is 26 years old. He's 5'5" and he weighed in at 135.6. This is his debut MMA fight tonight, ladies and gentlemen, representing Says MMA out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Please welcome Matthew Lee. Your fighter out of the red corner is 19 years old, 5'9". He weighs 135 pounds. He has a record of 0-1, representing SBG Kalispell out of Kalispell, Montana. He is Zahid Magomedov.
Zahid got a pretty big roar from the crowd, and here we go. He told me that he has massively improved since his last fight with a very diligent work schedule and training schedule, training 6 days a week without fail. Let's see what goes down.
Well, time will tell. We're done talking. We're done talking about what these guys say they have done. It's time to see it right now in live action.
Boom.
I think those nerves are playing a factor, being his debut. Nice little round kick being set up there. Looked like a question mark kick. Oh, big
heavy
shot.
That was a heavy kick, too.
Shot from about a mile. And Matthew landed that right hand. Zahid did not like that.
Both of these fighters are incredibly fast.
Watch. He needs to let go of that head.
This might be
trying to get his guard back. If he can get his guard back, he might have a guillotine here, but you see Zahid doing everything right, stepping over. That's the Dagestani leg pin right there. Signature by Habib Magomedov. You may have heard of him.
Zahid has been wrestling since the age of 4, has been doing sambo since the age of 6, so I'm sure he's quite comfortable in this position.
Looks like he has a left or a butterfly hook there. He's not going to be able to do much with it. Maybe create some space. Matthew getting up right away. Zahid gets on his back.
Great control from Zahid.
I mean, you'd expect that, you know, being from Dagestan, being a heavy wrestler, having the last name Magomedov.
Trying to land some strikes.
Big shots.
Connecting.
Looks like he's trying to fish for a Kimura here. He can hit a reversal here, but I don't think he's going to be able to hit the submission from this position. Loses the grip here. Zahid going for a scoop series. At least that's what I call it back in Vegas.
Justin, how exhausting is it to be in Matthew's position at this point with this pressure from?
He's content with being on bottom. Oh, no, he's not. He's trying to get up now. Zahid riding him like a horse. Got that top side half, and I'd like to see him get that hook in.
He's doing a good job, Zahid, of staying busy, staying active, still continuing to land strikes. They're not the hardest strikes in the world, but they are connecting.
And they're scoring. They're taxing. I mean, getting punched, carrying that weight. He's carrying him like a backpack. We only got 55 seconds left in this fight, or excuse me, in this round.
And I got to imagine it's always got to keep him guessing, keep him thinking, hey, when he's trying to get out of that, he's got to pay attention to the strikes. Oh!
Matthew Lee reversing the position, getting that left underhook here.
Wow, great
trying to
work
scoop
on
his
Matthew.
leg. He just doesn't have the right angle, does he? Oh! Zahid finding himself. Oh! Just misses that high kick. Matthew Lee looks exhausted. You see his legs just wobble there.
Yep.
That's fatigue, guys. He's not hurt. That's just fatigue.
We hear Matthew's corner to throw that big right hand.
Yeah, he's just telegraphing a little too much. He's feinting. There he's see that? Oof. He's just telegraphing it too much. Ooh, Zahid, though. Oh, big
nice
shot. He needs to start punching here. Finish this fight. These guys curled up. He can finish the fight.
Just a few seconds.
Man. Just shows the lack of experience there, which is fine, but he had an opportunity to see him set it up with a jab or maybe feint over. I know he's using his feints too, but I just feel it's a little too predictable right now. Zahid needs to put the pressure back on and start off where he finished the last round.
Zahid's mixing in some feints. Oof. Gets him right against the fence.
Right in front of us, take that left leg, scoop that leg out. You can take him right into half guard, have him up against the fence here.
Oh! Wow.
Nice little toss there.
Wow.
Whoa, and Matthew reverses the position.
What great scrambles.
Oh, no! This could be a choke, but he's still in position. 2 minutes left on the round. Matthew damage, softens Zahid up. Then he gets reversed. Watch the arm bar. He doesn't know how to do it. No.
Holy smokes. And now Zahid ends up on top. This is crazy.
Gets on his back of his own. Has an arm trapped here. This could be it. Like how Zahid's softening him up there with those shots. He needs to start doing damage right now. Man.
Zahid's peppering him with some shots to the head.
1 minute left in this second round here. Oh, Kimura. But it's going to be really tough to finish from this angle. A little lull in the action here. Zahid going right back to those strikes. Finds his neck. Might have the finish here. Matthew might be in trouble, but it looks like Zahid might fall off, too. He needs to get back. Matthew falls to his side. Huge mistake.
Looks like he's still got it on the chin. He's trying to get it underneath.
Yeah, I think he's safe here.
He's
not safe anymore. This is it. It's over. It's going to be over.
Matthew's still trying.
He's going to go out. He's going to go out if he doesn't tap.
There's the tap, and there's the win for Zahid Magomedov.
Congratulations getting into the win column. Very, very impressive.
Wow. What an exciting second round. The back and forth was incredible. And I mean, what does that tell you? That Zahid was able to work out of those tough positions, maintain his composure, and get the job done.
He's getting better, you know, and that's the most important part. He listened to this rear naked choke. I think he's going to learn a lot from this fight. You know, slaps on that rear naked choke, arches in for the finish. But hats off to Matthew Lee. But,
pretty good punch.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad given the circumstances.
Exactly. Wow, all of these fights so far have been axed on Lion coming to the center of the cage.
That was your bout number 5, brought to you by Lionheart Cannabis and Stone's Maytag Home Appliance Center. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner out of the blue corner in 2 minutes and 40 seconds of round number 2, Zahid Magomedov.
Oh,
Been a lot of blood on that match.
a lot of blood.
But that's what we come to expect from fighters from this region, from Dagestan. The utmost respect for their opponents, for the crowd. And you can see how amped up he is. I saw him after his first loss in Fusion Fight League. He was devastated. So to see him put in the work for that long period of time, come back, get the victory, I'm just really happy for him.
Let's take a look at this replay. Yeah, gets in that choke. Beautiful rear naked choke. Arches his back. You can see Matthews arch back. And congratulations, Zahid Magomedov.
What about Matthew, that toughness? I mean, it's his debut